What's good, my people? Godfrey here, currently reviewing the Bravose Rebellion. These are the leather white 10-ounce glove, and they are also approved by the British Boxing Board of Control. You know what? I absolutely love this glove. This glove has to be, one of those gloves where I would highly recommend. As you can see, they look aesthetically amazing. I really do like them. With the stitching as well, they're done at such high quality, with so much precision here. And this element is so important because when the stitching isn't done correctly, what you get is that you're going to lose its fitting, and then they're just not going to be durable. So this is so important. It's so important. They've also, on the wrist, decided to attach the logo name onto the wrist. As you can see on the glove on here, they've definitely molded the logo on there, whereas on the wrist they've decided to go for the attached look rather than the molded look, because a lot of the Bravos gloves, they do tend to go for the molded look onto the wrist. But I like it. It looks really nice. It looks really clean. I have to say though, one of my favorite part, or my favorite part actually, about this glove is the comfort. I think the comfort alone definitely trumps a lot of the elements about this glove. It's so comfortable. You get like a snug feel, a real nice snug feel about this glove. It's molded nice around your glove. It's not like bulky, or you don't feel like it's almost attached onto your hand. It's molded nicely around your hand. And the reason for this is because Bravos, the way they've manufactured their glove is that they've gone for the narrow look. So as you can see around the wrist, and well, the wrist and the I would say predominantly around the knuckles and the fingertips, it's more of a, you could say, assembled narrow. So they've gone for more like a narrow fist assembly. That's how they've assembled it. So that alone for me, I think, just trumps a lot of the other elements about this glove. Is the fact that they've decided to prioritize the clenching of the fist and decided to manufacture the glove to have their glove more narrow, because of the fact that a lot of the other gloves, they have their, you could say, around the knuckles and the fingertips is a lot more wider. So you tend to have, like, especially around the side of your palm, it's like very gappy. Whereas with here, it's so snug because of the fact that around, you can say, the hand alone, it's more narrow, so it's more fitted, in my opinion. But it doesn't just stop there. The thumb protection, I think, is also very good. So you get a really good thumb protection, because firstly, the sketch alone is aligned perfectly to a thumb sketch. And also you get good amount of padding around your thumb as well. It's also attached here. So I really do like how they've manufactured it. In general, they've also around the wrist, when you look at it, you probably think that there is not much wrist protection on the outside of the glove, but on the inside there's like an indentation around the wrist. This is where they've worked a lot of their protection on the wrist anyway. So around the wrist there's a lot more protection on the inside of the glove. So this alone, I think, helps with the aesthetics of the glove. So it doesn't affect the aesthetics. A lot of gloves nowadays, in order to get a good wrist protection, around the wrist on the outside it gets a bit more bulky, whereas for the Bravos Rebellion, a lot of the work is done on the inside. So I do really like that as well. I have to look at and think of the padding. The padding alone probably is one of my favorites as well. There's a lot of padding. As you can see, it's probably about 1/2 inch on the gloves alone, around the knuckles, around the fingertips. It's really nice and thick. I love that about it. And this protects your hand, this protects your sparring partner as well. And it's great because it's like a molded feel. Sometimes with some gloves you tend to get like almost like it's just added on. It doesn't feel snug, it doesn't feel well fitted. And with this glove, as I mentioned, they've manufactured it more of a narrow look, a narrow style, whereas a lot of the other gloves with their padding, because it's a lot wider, the padding has to spread across the glove, you see. My only critique about this glove is that there's a slight restriction when you're looking to open up your hand. So if you're looking to parry shots, even though you can parry, like you could say around the palm as well, it's just a slight restriction when you're lifting up your fingertips. But yeah, I have to mention the value. So this is £129.99, currently on sale as well. I have to admit, that value alone is top notch. You're not going to find any gloves at that price at such high quality. You've got the gloves like Cleater Rieres winning that go for about £300-400, and honestly, these gloves at this price is amazing. It's an absolute bargain. So I'll definitely and highly recommend the Bravose Rebellion for sure. And you definitely have to go and look it up. But anyway, I'm out. Peace.